Welcome. We are going to continue with our proportion series, Middle School Math Made Easy, Simple Visual Math. So this is the third video on proportions, the third worksheet printable on proportions. If you don't remember how to solve proportions, you might want to see the other videos first. And here we're going to jump into word problems. And here, the proportion is not given to us. We have to set up a proportion and use that proportion to help us solve the word problem and answer the word problem. So as you see here, I wrote everything out for you. And what I use here when we're using proportions to answer word problems is I use a recipe, the word ratio. So first you need to read the problem and underline the key information, which I have done. So I'm going to read it. Jack fills his tank with 6 gallons of gas, which is underlined, for a cost of $26.58. How much would it cost to fill an 18-gallon tank? So what you want to do here is we're going to set up a proportion, which is 2 equal ratios. We're going to have a number here, here, and then we're going to have, well, actually, we're going to have 3 of these boxes are going to be numbers, and 1 will be an unknown, a variable. We're going to use a letter to represent what we don't know. Or you can use a question mark, but by now in grade 7 or whatever grade you're doing this, usually would be using a variable. So before we even use fill in the boxes to set up our proportion, I'm going to use what I call a recipe or word ratio. This is going to be what we're going to use to determine the order that we're going to use when we fill in the ratios here, the proportion. So what we're going to do is we need to make sure that we are using the proper order when we are solving this word problem and when we are setting up our proportion. In order to do that, we're going to use a recipe. Now, when you follow a recipe to make some dish, whether you're baking or cooking, you know you have to follow the exact recipe if you want it to come out the way that you want it to taste very well, like that dish. So you need to follow the recipe. So that's what we're going to do here. We're going to set up a recipe here, and this recipe is going to be the way that we're going to use the order that we're going to use to write these ratios, to fill in these ratios here. So first we need to know, what are the 2 things we're comparing? Now this word problem only has 2 sentences. It's easier to figure out what we are comparing, but whenever you have a word problem, you want to just cross out the information that's extra that you don't need to focus on, and just focus on the 2 units, the 2 things that we're comparing. So here, when we look at the first sentence, we see that we have gallons of gas, or I'm just going to call it gallons, and we're comparing it to money, the cost. So we can say that we're comparing gallons to money. And if we look at the second sentence, we can also see they're asking how much it would cost, which means money, to gallons. So the 2 things that I would write in my recipe would be gallons and money. Now, when you write your recipe, you can write any order, but whichever order you choose, you need to stick to that order for the rest of your problem. So I'm going to put gallons first. So now that I determined that the 2 things I'm comparing are gallons and money, I'm going to put gallons first and money second. You don't have to do it in that order, but as long as you choose your order. So if you want to put money first and gallons second, that's okay. I will show how to do it that way as well. And you will get the same answer as long as you stick to your recipe when you are filling out this ratio and this ratio. Now, when we're filling out these ratios, we're going to take the numbers in the problem and we're going to put them in the boxes. There are always going to be 3 numbers filled in, and one box is going to have a variable, an unknown, which represents the unknown, what the question is asking. And it's not always going to be in the same position. Sometimes the variable will be here, sometimes it will be here, or here, or here. So you should always have 3 numbers filled in and 1 variable, 1 unknown. Now, before I continue this, I just want to remind everybody that you can get more worksheets like this and more support for your students, or if you're a teacher or a homeschool guardian, or even if you're a student yourself, on Amazon or Teacher Pay Teacher. The links are all below, and make sure you hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell so that you get more videos like this. So back to what we were doing on proportions. So here, once we have our recipe, we must follow the recipe. Now the recipe is going to tell us the order of how we're going to put the numbers into the ratios. This is our ratio here, this is our ratio. 2 equal ratios is a proportion. So the recipe is going to give us our order. I'm just going to write that on top so you remember. It is not going to tell us if we're putting the numbers correctly in the correct ratio. What that means here is that there is a number 6, there is the number here $26.58, and there's a number 18. So even if you follow the correct recipe that you wrote and put the correct order, but if you put the numbers in the wrong ratio together, for example, let's say I put 6 and 18 together, and they're not supposed to be together in this ratio, then that is a problem. So there are 2 things to look out for, and first we are going, let me erase that because that is wrong. First we are going to look at the order, and then we'll make sure that the numbers are together in the correct ratio. We want to make sure the 2 numbers here, or if it's a variable, are in the correct ratio here, and the 2 numbers or the variable and the number is in the correct ratio here. So first we'll start with order. So our recipe tells us that gallons is going to be on top. What does that mean? That means that this number here on the top, let me erase that arrow here. So on the top of both ratios, let me get a different, okay, so I'm going to use red here. This number here, or sometimes it's going to be variable, this number or variable has to represent gallons because our recipe says put the gallons on the top. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at the problem, and we see 2 numbers here that have gallons. We see 6 gallons is given to us, and 18 also have a unit, has a unit of gallons. So the question is, we know, well, since we know, first of all, we know that the 6 and the 18 are going to go on the top, but we don't know if where we should put it. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with the first pieces of information they give us. Sometimes they do trick you with the order, but usually not. So the 6 gallons, it costs $26.58. So we know that the 6 has to go together in the same ratio, either this one or this one. The 6 and the $26.58 have to go together because they are a rate. They are attached. You can see I did that here with the same color. I used the color red in the first sentence. So that is important. So this can be complicated, but once you start practicing, it will become easier. So again, let me make that clear. We know that the 6, since it's gallons, it is going to go on top in this ratio. How do we know that? Because it tells us here in the recipe. The gallons goes on the top. So we're putting the 6 here. The 6 is the gallons as we see in the problem. Now, we see that the money is going to go on the bottom, and for that I'm going to use a different color. So I'm going to put money, and here we have $26.58. I'm going to put it on the bottom. We know that the money is going to go on the bottom because the recipe says put the money on the bottom. Okay, now we need to continue filling out this ratio here. And we know that the gallons goes on top, and I see it says 18 gallons. So I am going to take the 18 gallons, and where should I put it? Should I put it over here on the top or the bottom? Well, I look back at my recipe. My recipe says gallons goes on the top, and 18 is gallons, so I put 18 on the top. And now the 18 is given with another rate, and let's see, how much does it cost for 18 gallons? The question is, we don't know how much it costs. It says, how much would it cost for 18 gallons? So the rate is missing part of it. It is saying, how much does it cost for 18 gallons? So we know that the 18 and how much it costs it's going to be in the same ratio here. They are a pair together. But since we do not know how much it costs, whatever it's asking us for, that's when we put the variable, the unknown, or you might want to use a question mark. I'm going to use a variable. I'll use X. You can use any variable. You might want to use C, Y, it doesn't matter. But remember, two things. We know that the money goes on the bottom. Now, how do we know to put the X on the bottom? Because what we don't know here is how much it will cost, the money. So X is the money that we don't know. It's the money, and the money goes on the bottom. How do we know? If you look at this blue arrow here, the recipe tells us money goes on the bottom. How do we know to put the 18 on the top? Because it says gallons and our recipe goes on the top. How do we know that 18 and the X go together in one ratio and not put the X with the 6? Well, because in our problem, we see that the 18 and the unknown amount of money go together in a rate. They're given to us as like a pair. And we see that the 6 and the $26.58, they are a pair. So we know that they're going to go together in this first ratio. It doesn't matter where you put them, whichever ratio, as long as you have the 18 and the X together, 6 and the $26.58 together. What also matters here is the order. And we notice here, we put all the things that represents gallons on the top. 6 is the gallons, 18 is the gallons here, and we see in our recipe gallons says to go on top, so we followed that correctly. The money, anything with money goes on the bottom. The money here is on the bottom in the recipe. $26.58 is on the bottom here. X, which we don't know, which is the money, is on the bottom here. So the X is not always going to be in the bottom. It's not always going to be over here, but you just follow the recipe, and you have to make sure to put the numbers together that go together. So we see here again that the 6 and the $26.58 go together. Order is important, and which numbers you put together in the same ratio is important. This is our ratio here, this is our ratio here, and these are equal. We set them up as a proportion. So now that we have our proportion set up, let me erase the bubbles around it. And now we're going to start solving. So the first step we did, we set up the proportion, and now we are going to start solving. So in order to solve, we did this in the previous video. I see that we're already at 12 minutes and 30 seconds, so that is very long. So I am going to do this part quickly. In the previous video, I went over that the two numbers across from each other, those are the ones that are multiplied. Let's circle them. $26.58. I ran out of room here, but times 18. And then the number that is by itself across from the variable, which in this case is 6, this is what we're going to divide by. And then we're just going to put it into our calculator. So first we're going to multiply $26.58 times 18. And I got $478.44, and now we're going to divide by 6, and I got $79.74. And we go back to the question. It says, how much will it cost? So you're going to restate. It would cost $79.74 to fill an 18-gallon tank of gas. So I hope this was helpful for you. I'm going to break this up into 2 separate videos because this is quite long, and in the next video I will show you how you can use the other order and still get the same answer. Please make sure to click on the links below to get more worksheets like this, Amazon or Teachers Pay Teachers, and hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell. You can watch more videos like this. The links are here. Thank you.